Okay, welcome everybody to today's class. I hope you can see the board. I'm never completely sure, so if there's anything wrong with the board, if there's any light that you're not happy with, do tell me and I'll try and fix it. We've got a bit of shadow around there. We've got this one coming on. Is that better? Okay, anyway, hi guys. Today we're looking at advanced idioms and phrasal verbs. Now I've taken all of this vocabulary from a book called Advanced Idioms and Phrasal Verbs. It's by Oxford University Press. It's a good book. I think it's worth buying. But of course, let me just show you. I do think that there's an even better book, and it's my book. It's for phrasal verbs, and so please do buy my book if you want a book that I've written on phrasal verbs. And that accompanies all the other phrasal verb videos that I've made. But today we're doing idioms because chapter 1 of this book, Advanced Idioms and Phrasal Verbs, is about idioms and not about phrasal verbs. But I agree that there is a lot of crossover, a lot of overlap between idioms and phrasal verbs. So just want to go through as many as possible fairly quickly. But if you would like to do exercises with these idioms, then you'll need to buy the book Advanced Idioms and Phrasal Verbs, and that's Oxford University Press. If you want more phrasal verbs, please buy my book. It's on Amazon, and also you can find it on my website where you can find a colour PDF version for £20. Now, if you have any questions, please put them at the back, at the end of the class, and I will do my best to answer them. But I'm going to try and talk about all these examples now fairly quickly. So we say sometimes, I'm not out of the woods yet. And if we say, I'm not out of the woods yet, it means I am not clear of danger. I haven't escaped from the danger. There's still a risk around me somewhere. And the idea is that when you're in the woods, it's a dangerous place. Now, I suppose it's when you're in the woods at night that it might be a dangerous place, and it's only if there are dangerous animals or dangerous people inside, but nonetheless we use this idiomatically. And so if somebody says the company's been having a very difficult period of the year, but it's improving, our sales are improving, nevertheless we're not out of the woods yet, it means that the company is not safe yet, perhaps not safe from bankruptcy or something like that. There's still danger, there's still risk. Or it might be a patient in a hospital who's recovering, and if you say he's not out of the woods yet, it means his recovery is not certain. He may get worse. Okay, if you decide to take a back seat, that means that you decide to relinquish control of something, to let go of something and stop being in charge of something, stop being in control of something. So this is a driving expression, of course. And if you take the back seat, you let somebody else start driving. So this idiom, usually it means that you let somebody else take over, you let somebody else take control, and you take a back seat. So maybe you're the manager of a company, but you decide to take a back seat for the next project and allow your subordinates to take charge, to take over. So you allow them to take responsibility, and you decide to take a back seat. Yeah, and it means let them take control. And as teachers, we often let the young pupils take control. And when you do that as a teacher, you take a back seat. Maybe you let one of the pupils take the class. It's a very common, a very good method of teaching, allowing the pupils to teach the class, because if they can teach the class, then they must know the topic. Now, if you say my heart sank, this is an easy one. It's an easy one because it just means I was disappointed. My heart sank. And your heart sinks when you feel disappointment. So my heart sank, you say, when you're really disappointed. Nice, simple, clear, easy one. Another easy one, if you say that something is more than likely, you mean it's very likely. If you say that something, if you say you are more than happy about something, that means you are really happy about something. And if you say you are more than ready to take the CAE, that means that you are really ready to take this paper and you ought to take it right now. Okay, so more than ready to take an exam, something like that. If something is a sore point, that means that it's a difficult topic for you to talk about, a painful topic for you to talk about. So maybe there's something, I don't know, perhaps Could be anything that's a sore point or a sore subject. Maybe you don't like talking about your childhood, and then you'll say, my childhood is a sore subject, I'd rather not talk about it. Or maybe you don't like talking about exams, and maybe you got really bad exam results at school, and you'd say, I'd rather not talk about exams, it's a sore subject for me. Okay, so anything that you don't like talking about is a sore point or a sore subject. If you put your foot in it, this always makes me think of a man putting his foot in something that a dog has left on the street. I don't know why, but that's the image that I get in my head. But if you put your foot in it, it literally means that you have said something that's upset somebody and you shouldn't have said it. So if I was going to think of a phrasal verb which is quite close to this one, I'd say that blurt something out, sorry about my bad writing, blurt something out is very similar to this idiom, because if you blurt something out, you say something without thinking about it, and very often it hurts somebody or you shouldn't have said it. Well, the same with put your foot in it. You say, oh, I've put my foot in it, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe someone in the room hasn't heard that one of your mates is pregnant and they shouldn't know about it, but you blurt it out, you say it, you put your foot in it and tell everybody that this friend is pregnant, okay? And you shouldn't have said it because it's her secret. So when you reveal a secret to everybody, you put your foot in it, or whenever you say something that you shouldn't have said, you put your foot in it. Okay, blurt something out is very similar. Now, if you are hard pressed or hard pushed or hard put to do something, that means you find it really difficult to do something. So I am usually hard pressed, I don't know, to name all the states of the USA. I'd be hard pressed to name all the states of the USA because I don't know all the states of the USA. And so that would be something very difficult for me to do. I think I'd be able to come up with maybe 30, but 52, probably not. Or 50, I don't know how many states are there, I'm not sure. Okay, if you take something personally or take something to heart, it means you get too emotional about it. It means that you're too sensitive about something and you get upset about something that you should be more objective about, that you should be more neutral about, that you shouldn't get so emotional about. So try not to take things too personally. For example, if your teacher corrects you at school, you shouldn't take it personally. You shouldn't take it to heart. You shouldn't get upset, because we all make mistakes. And if you listen to your teacher very carefully, you will hear that he or she also makes mistakes. Okay, if you don't do a stroke of work, you're very lazy. This is just an expression that we use for really lazy people. If you say he doesn't do a stroke of work, it means he doesn't do any work at all. Okay, but we also use this a stroke of with luck. If you say, what a stroke of luck, it means, wow, how lucky I am. This is a really lucky thing. So a stroke of luck is an incredible piece of good fortune, an incredible piece of luck. Okay, simple as that. If we say it serves you right, it means you got exactly what you deserved. So maybe you did something nasty to someone else, and then something terrible happened to you, like karma, right? So you got what you deserved. It serves you right. You can say to the person, that serves you right because you weren't very nice to me, and so that serves you right. What happened to you was right. You got what you deserved.